All right, we are back in Studio K. You were just listening to Despondent live on Off the Record, and I'm here to do a little short interview. Could you introduce yourself with your name and what you play in the band?
I'm Nora. I play guitar and I sing in Despondent.
Amazing. And we just heard Bad For You, I Do It Better, Prescription Pills, and Tough Luck. And from what I could find, none of these tracks have been released yet, correct?
Correct.
So do you have any plans or visions of releasing them in the near future? Any aspirations for those songs? Or have you just been kind of working on them just for fun?
Well, I started this band like 3 years ago, and for a long time we were playing the same songs over and over again. So
Yeah.
Bridget and Sam, who play bass and drums, have been in the band for almost a year now, a little less, and we've been working on a lot of new stuff, which has been really cool. So, yeah, we're planning on recording in January.
Cool.
So all of those songs will be on the new album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting. And your most recent release was the record you released in February of this past year. And before we get to the actual songs on the record, I just wanted to say I love the cover art so much. And I was wondering, is that a picture of you on the cover?
Me. My sister's boyfriend took it.
That's so amazing.
Yeah, we thought it was funny because my eyes were closed. And it's called Unsee. So
true, I see.
Little joke there.
Yeah, a little crossover there. Well, and who did, like, the border around the picture is so gorgeous. And so I was wondering who did that for you.
We're talking about a different thing. Okay, so was it the picture of me ice skating that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, no. My dad took that when I was thinking of something else. Yeah. Okay, so that's 5 a.m., which is all like solo stuff mostly. Yeah, my dad took that picture of me at a birthday party when I was like 5. And my friend Caroline did all the border art. She's a really talented artist.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I loved that so much. And I didn't know that all of that stuff was solo stuff of yours, because I definitely felt like in just listening to it, there, like, the sonic qualities of it were different. And so I was wondering, I guess since that was more of a solo endeavor, did you get to play around or experiment with anything new or different when you were recording or producing that?
Yeah, I'd say the thing that was most new about it is that, I mean, I've been in bands for a while, but Despondent is the first band that I actually played guitar in. So playing guitar and playing it solo was definitely an experiment for me. But no, a lot of the production was done by our friend Jackson, who used to play drums in the band, and he works at Soft Cult Studio. So we recorded it there, and yeah, he did most of the production on it. So it was a collaboration, but yeah, just me playing guitar and singing mostly, which felt cool because I've never really released something like that before.
Yeah, sweet. And since you've kind of said that, you know, adding members, swapping members, stuff like that, how do you feel like that has kind of changed the creative process, if at all? Like, when you write songs, is it you bringing an idea to the band and being like, I have this idea, or more of a collaborative brainstorm, if you will?
It's very much, I would say, me bringing demos to the band.
Yeah.
I go through phases where I'm just like being wild, writing a lot of demos.
Yeah.
In that kind of mindset. So yeah, typically I just bring demos to the band or I'll send them out. So that hasn't really changed much. I'd like to, do more collaboration with them because they're all very talented. But yeah, that part hasn't really changed. More just like I'd say the vibe has kind of morphed over the different iterations of people playing in the band. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of my favorite questions, I feel like, instead of asking people to like use a genre to describe their project, I feel like it's fun to ask, what 3 colors do you think encompass Despondent as a whole if you had to pick 3?
I like that question better than the genre
Yeah.
question because I'm really bad
It's
at
more
that.
fun.
Yeah. I'd say definitely dark green, which is my favorite color. Like an icy blue, and maybe black as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that for
little
sure.
emo energy.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah.
Well, and I was going to ask, going along those lines, we were kind of talking about, or I was overhearing the rest of the band having to explain the name Despondent to people and what that word like actually means. And so, of course, I'm wondering how you kind of landed on that for the band name, if it was just something that you're like, this word speaks to me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the songs are emotional, but honestly, I just thought it sounded cool, just like as one word.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a little pushback from the first band members on the name. And I was like, no, I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is sometimes funny. Sometimes when I tell people, they're like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
And then some people will be like, oh, it's sad music.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I feel like it is somewhat sad, but also just emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a dream cover that you'd like to perform with this group? Or do you ever perform covers, or do you ever think about it?
We have performed covers in the past. One of them, I don't know if I can say it because it's kind of a euphemism. But we also did Be Quiet and Drive by the Deftones, which was really fun.
That's awesome.
We've been thinking about learning a new cover, and I really want to do Carry the Zero by Built to Spill. Should put a lot of work on Joe learning all the guitar parts.
Yeah.
But I think that would be really fun. That's like a very, has a soft place for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do a Mazzy Star song. Yeah.
Yeah. And just personally, now that you mentioned Mazzy Star, I'm a huge Mazzy Star fan. So do you have a favorite Mazzy Star song? Or one that's just at the top of your mind right now?
Yeah, there's a song, I think it's called Blue Light. Do you know that song? I love that song, and I used to like just kind of play music with 2 of my friends, and I was like, let's play this song. And then we realized the time signature is like
it's
so
crazy.
bizarre. I was like, oh, this is an easy, simple song we can learn.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I think it's in like 6/8 or some weird
Something
thing
weird.
that we were not capable of pulling off. But I love that song.
Yeah, me too. What has been one of your most favorite or memorable live performances to date? Or is there something that you find is special about performing live versus just kind of writing music, like on your own?
Yeah, I like, honestly, performing live is, I like it. It's not my favorite part of playing music. Like, I don't feel that it's like, because, I mean, of course, everyone gets nervous. For me, I just really like the process of writing. And I actually really like recording, too. I'd say, like, a memorable show. Well, there was a point in time where I started playing solo for a little bit when we were kind of in between band members. And I played a show with Video Age, and that was one of my favorite shows. It was really fun. I don't know. I'm really excited the direction the band's going in, so I'm excited for all the shows we'll play with Bridget and Sam now.
Yeah. No, that's so exciting. And like, speaking of being able to kind of hone in on stuff like that, I feel like I hear a lot of people talk about how particular some of those circumstances are, like being here in Minneapolis specifically, just because everyone is so connected. And so I was wondering if there are any aspects of playing music here in the city specifically that feels kind of special to you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not from here. I'm from DC, so typically, or in the past, I played shows over there. I feel like the scene is really cool here because everyone knows each other, so it feels like also you can play shows with bands that aren't necessarily like your genre because maybe it's just a friend or someone asking you. Like, we played a few shows with Hotline TNT, and I really love that band, but I don't think it's like necessarily our genre.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that we got to play with, other bands like that. Just because everyone's kind of friends and knows each other, so that happens more often.
Yeah. No, it's sweet the way that everyone kind of knows each other. Okay, and before we go, it's time for the fun question. So you get to build a 4-group bill, either including yourself or not. I like to give people that option because if it were me, I would just want to go and hang out and see my dream bill. But who are you choosing and why, and what venue?
4 people?
4 bands or people.
Oh, 4 bands.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously Elliott Smith would be in the band.
Yeah.
No question. This is I don't even want to say this. It's too embarrassing, but I love Bright Eyes. Stop. And
laughing.
I know it's a little like problematic, but I would have Connor Oberst in the band. Maybe like a band could be Rilo Kiley or Jenny Lewis could be in the band. And then I would want to be in the band.
Yeah, of course. A super group.
Yeah. And my venue would be Black Cat in DC before they took away the downstairs space. That was one of my favorite venues in DC.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy combination of people.
It would be a little bit bizarre.
It would be chaotic.
But it would be really fun.
I agree. Okay, so before we go, if you want to let the listeners know, do you have anything exciting coming up in the future? Any shows, other things on the horizon, stuff like that?
Yeah, we have a show in January on the 17th. I'm blanking on the venue. It's a place I haven't played before. Clash Drums, something like that. Is that a place? Sorry, I didn't know it before they asked me. The other bands are Fend and Reagan Youth, I think. So that'll be fun. And then, just recording in January. We're recording at Soft Cult again with Jackson, our old drummer. So really excited for that because we're going to hopefully do a full album. And then, that's what we have going on.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure to stay tuned to the world of Despondent. Thank you so much for coming in and playing and chatting. I had such a blast.
Thanks for having us.
You have been listening to Off the Record here on Radio K, Real College Radio.